I was waiting to see if the artist, female rapper Megan Thee Stallion was going to make an announcement about this recent lawsuit. It actually just happened yesterday. It was announced that her cameraman, well, he's no longer her cameraman, has sued Megan Thee Stallion, accusing her of harassment. And some reports say sexual harassment, and also being in a hostile work environment. And the former cameraman, he worked with Megan Thee Stallion for a few years. I think I read reports where he had started working with her in 2017, and Megan Thee Stallion actually terminated his position in 2023. And he has filed a lawsuit against Megan Thee Stallion that was released on yesterday, Tuesday, March 23rd, 2024. And I wanted to discuss it, the news report, because there was some interesting information in this lawsuit, and I thought that it was important to discuss. And I titled this video, Megan Thee Stallion Had Lesbian Sex and Forced Man to Watch in Moving Car, Allegedly. My name is Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. Now, when I heard this report, I was a bit baffled because I was really wanting to know more details. So of course I did do my research, and the scenario was Megan Thee Stallion was out of the country. She was in Spain in 2022, and she was in a vehicle. It was a moving vehicle. I guess she had a female driver, because the male cameraman is saying he was the only male in the vehicle with Megan Thee Stallion and 3 other women. So that means that's a total of 4 women and 1 man. And he says he was, and this was his words, quote, he was trapped in the vehicle and forced to watch Megan Thee Stallion have sexual intercourse with one of the women in the moving vehicle. And he's calling this sexual harassment because he was not able to get out of the vehicle. He used the verbiage, he was trapped in the vehicle, and that he was forced to watch Megan Thee Stallion and this other woman engage in sexual intercourse. And he said that he was very uncomfortable. He felt like he was not able to get out of the situation at all. And ultimately, after the incident happened, Megan Thee Stallion asked him, the cameraman, was he in the vehicle with her? And did he see basically her having sex with this woman? And the cameraman said yes. And he stated that Megan Thee Stallion said to him, don't ever talk about this, ever, to anyone. And he did, he has this lawsuit against Megan Thee Stallion because he said after that discussion, he said Megan Thee Stallion, her attitude changed towards him, and she was verbally attacking him. And he was actually saying that she was talking about his weight in a derogatory manner. And so he is also in the lawsuit claiming that he was in a hostile work environment. He also mentioned that Megan Thee Stallion reduced his income. So she wasn't paying him steadily. And when she was paying him, it wasn't the same amount that he usually would receive. And he is not able to actually report lost wages because he was not on file as a employee. Instead, Megan Thee Stallion had him titled as an independent contractor. So with him being an independent contractor, he wasn't able to get medical benefits and, you know, other benefits that you get from being an actual employee. So he's basically just in this lawsuit reporting that he was forced to watch her have sex with a woman in a car in a moving vehicle. And also that Megan Thee Stallion was very hostile, and it was a very hostile work environment. Now, Megan Thee Stallion hasn't spoken up about this as of yet. However, her attorney has spoken, and her attorney had stated that, and I don't want to get the guy's name wrong. I think his name is Emilio, I believe, but he's her former cameraman, and he was with her for a few years. Like I say, from 2017 approximately up to 2023, when Megan Thee Stallion no longer needed his services. And the attorney stated that the cameraman is intentionally trying to humiliate and tarnish the reputation of Megan Thee Stallion. And he's also exaggerating situations about being in a hostile work environment. And he said, the attorney of Megan Thee Stallion stated, we will definitely see him in court. So they will be in court, and we'll see how this turns out. Now, what really stood out to me was a couple of things. For one, after reading the different reports, the news reports, I did see on social media also them reporting this lawsuit of Megan Thee Stallion and with her former cameraman suing her for harassment and a hostile work environment. And I did see some of the comments. I saw some of the comments, and people really are not taking it seriously. They are laughing about it. They're poking jokes and making fun because, interesting enough, some people think this man is heterosexual, and they're saying he's only suing Megan Thee Stallion because she didn't have sex with him. And some people are saying, well, how did Megan Thee Stallion not know that this man was in the car with her while she was having sex with this woman? And then some people are saying that Megan Thee Stallion was probably intoxicated and was not aware of her surroundings. And that's why she asked the cameraman, I guess it was the next day. I'm not sure the time frame when she asked. I think it was the next day that she asked the cameraman, was he in the car with her? And he said yes. And some people are saying, well, you know, there's been reports where Megan Thee Stallion would literally black out from being high or intoxicated. And those are all allegedly statements about Megan Thee Stallion. But what I wanted to say out of all of this is, a lot of people are making fun of the story. They're not taking it seriously. And I don't know if people are aware that this cameraman, he has been identified as a homosexual male. So that explains a lot. But it still doesn't mean that what he is accusing Megan Thee Stallion of is the truth or accurate. We will find out when court takes place. However, I think that if Megan Thee Stallion was in this vehicle with 3 other women and the one male as a cameraman, and she of course is familiar with this man because he's been working with her a few years, and if she's aware that he is a gay man, allegedly, maybe she felt more comfortable with him being around. I'm sure he's seen quite a few things since he's been with her, working with her, and especially him being a cameraman. But what I will say is maybe she was perhaps intoxicated. If she was, it makes sense why she didn't really focus on him and know that he was there. And another thing, when you're kind of like on this natural high, if you are in another country, you're having the time of your life. Megan Thee Stallion, she's a beautiful woman. She's rich. She's famous. She's extremely talented. And I imagine the women that she accompanied, she wanted them to be in her presence. They were with her. They were in the car having a good time. And, you know, when you're with another beautiful woman and you're both attracted to each other, it's a high chance that you're going to mess around. So maybe there was kissing and hugging and fondling and whatnot. But the way this cameraman is saying is she literally went all the way. Like it was a full on session of her engaging in lesbian sex. So these celebrities, honestly, they do a lot of extravagant things and they're very sexual. Megan is a very sexual person. In her music, she's very clear about her being what she calls a real freak. Now, do I believe that she forced this man to watch her have sex with a woman? No, I do not. I do not believe she forced him. But I believe that the cameraman is using these descriptive, strong accusations because he wants to be compensated. I don't think Megan planned what happened in that vehicle. I don't think that she set the man up. I mean, honestly, why would a woman be interested in making a man watch her have sex with another woman? It absolutely makes no sense. I believe that she just really didn't know he was there because she probably was inebriated and she probably was on a natural high by having sex with this woman, because you can be extremely caught up having sex with someone and not paying attention to your surroundings. I'm not saying it's the best thing to do, but I'm just being logical in what probably happened in this scenario. And the cameraman is accusing her of forcing him to watch her engage in lesbian sex in a moving vehicle. So this car was not parked. They were in a moving vehicle. So he said he was trapped in the car. Now, whether or not this man recorded it because he is a cameraman, I don't believe that information has been disclosed. And part of the reason maybe why Megan Thee Stallion did ask him, was he in the car, is because she knows he's a cameraman. He could have recorded it and he could release the footage. So it makes sense for her to come to him and ask him, were you in the car? Do not talk about anything that you've seen that happened in that car. It makes sense why she would say that. She's trying to protect herself. A lot of people are scandalous. They work with these celebrities. They're interested in getting paid, and they'll do anything, including use revenge porn, because there's a such thing as revenge porn. If you don't know what it means, you should look it up, because there are people who use revenge porn against you. They get money behind it, and it's illegal, honestly. So I don't see an issue with Megan Thee Stallion coming to him and asking him not to talk about what he's seen in that car. It should have just stayed there. However, since he says she started shaming him about his weight, like I guess he was overweight or whatnot, he's using that against her. He's claiming that he's been in a hostile work environment, that she started paying him lesser wages, and he started not getting steady work, and she ultimately terminated him in 2023. So now he has filed a lawsuit against her. However, like I say, he was working with Megan Thee Stallion for some years. So if you really felt that uncomfortable, if you really felt like you were in a hostile work environment, why did you not take any action prior to the event of the car, of her having allegedly sex with a woman against your will? I honestly believe he's suing Megan Thee Stallion because he was fired. Now, we will find out why he was terminated from his position, because she kept him around all those years. There was no issue. So I think there's a lot more that's going to come out during this court case that he, of course, is not going to admit to. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. But it makes sense why he would want to sue her, because he doesn't have his job anymore. But suddenly he was in a hostile work environment. And if you are in a hostile work environment, you should have left years ago. Because I know you've seen a lot that goes on behind the scenes with Megan Thee Stallion. So why all of a sudden now? And then he's using this incident that she clearly came to him about, asking him not to discuss this with anyone. So it makes sense why the attorney would say this man is intentionally trying to defame her reputation by humiliating her. Now, I also want to address, do you think, and let me know what you think in the comment section if you want to. Do you think that Megan Thee Stallion asked the cameraman, was he in the car, because she was embarrassed or ashamed about him finding out that she was having sex with a woman? Do you think that was something that she didn't want him to know about her? Like she was trying to keep that secret? Do you think she was ashamed of her having sex with a woman and she didn't want the public to know? Let me know what you think in the comments. I understand that Megan Thee Stallion has verbally expressed that she is a woman who loves women. She's interested in women, even though in the media and publicly we know about her history with dating men. But she's never hidden the fact that she likes women too. So I don't think it has anything to do with her being embarrassed about having sex with a woman, because she's let people know she likes women. But I think that she wanted to make sure that this man did not expose her, which leads me to wonder, has he done something before that made Megan Thee Stallion question his integrity? Because it's interesting how she said, make sure you do not let anyone know what happened in the car. After all, he is the cameraman. But I'll be glad to see how this court case unfolds. And, you know, I will also say this, that a lot of people, the people in the public, the people who comment, they really don't take a lot of women who identify as bisexual seriously, because they think that it's kind of a show, like entertainment. And I really hate that aspect of it, because honestly, I think a woman's sexual orientation should be taken seriously. And it should not be viewed as entertainment, or shouldn't be viewed as a gesture for men to want to take advantage of women who identify as bisexual or even lesbian, because they think that if a woman is attractive, like a woman like Megan Thee Stallion, if she's very attractive, men naturally are interested in being with the woman sexually, heterosexual men. And then if he's able to have his cake and eat it too, he loves the fact that she's with another woman sexually. But I'll be honest with you, I think Megan Thee Stallion, part of her reasoning for saying to the cameraman to not tell anyone about this, do not let this information get out, is because it was really a private incident. It's just, unfortunately, he was there. It was this man there. But I don't think that she really was doing a sexual act with a woman in front of a man to provoke him or to antagonize him, because I understand that she's aware that he identifies as a homosexual male. I'm not saying that it was the right thing for her to do, to have sex with just anybody. It doesn't really matter. And they're in the car with other people, but at the end of the day, it is private. I mean, they're in the car. I didn't hear anything about her having a drop top and the windows down and she's trying to let everybody see her do her thing. Most of the time, these celebrities, when they're in their vehicles, you don't know who's in the car. You don't know it's a celebrity in the car. So I really believe it was a private situation. Unfortunately, the male cameraman was there to witness it. I don't know if he's got footage of it, but I guess we'll find out. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. Like my video, share, and please subscribe. Thank you for listening.